I want you to see that behind me is Mount Hermon, and it has part of the mountain in Syria, part of the mountain in Israel, and part of it in Lebanon. And those are traditionally enemies of Israel. The Hermonite Lookout is an army post, so it's a place from which the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, can look into Syria and see what is going on. Now there's a town really close to this lookout on the other side of the border in Syria, and one day a shepherd from the outskirts of that town approached the border fence. An Israeli soldier could have pulled the trigger according to the laws of war if a person from the enemy territory approaches him, but the shepherd was unarmed, and so the soldier started speaking to him in Arabic. Very soon it was clear that the man was asking for help, so the soldier asked him to bring his sheikh and to have a meeting with their Israeli officials. As a result of this moment of mercy between the two of them, the commander of the army intelligence approached a Christian organization called Frontier Alliance International and asked them if they would be willing to help them reach out to the Syrian refugees and the people that were suffering on the other side of the border by providing humanitarian aid. This project grew into a full-scale operation, which was called Operation Good Neighbor, by which the Israelis were also helping to evacuate people that had been wounded in the crossfire. And at some point, FAI, this Christian organization, started providing medical staff that went beyond the border as well to serve in areas where there were no hospitals left, and they would go in for 2 or 3 months at a time. So a remarkable cooperation developed between the Israeli army and this Christian organization in order to help former enemies, Muslim people, on the other side. So if you look behind me, you will see the orchards of the Druze people. You'll see a Druze village and you'll see the orchards. And I personally like that. It's a kind of agriculture that you don't see anywhere else in Israel. It looks like a quilt blanket to me. And they believe in organic growing. You'll see the whitish trees are all almond trees. So they will plant two rows of one, then cherry trees, then maybe apple trees, maybe olives. So the one after the other. There are people that are very close to nature. They love to gather things in the field and to cook with that fresh. And they're a peace-loving people. So they're loyal to the country in which they are. And that means when lines were divided, after the 67 borders, it meant that in one village, half of the family was this side and half of the family was on the other side. But in the Golan, we see a very unique case in which, because people were willing to soften their hearts and extend mercy, we see that those who were enemies could become true neighbors.